You might not realize it, but social media is hijacking you. You open an app not knowing what you're going to see, but you're at least going to see some things that are kind of unnecessary or that you didn't want to see. And you're never going to be able to unsee it. The algorithms exploit you, and you will feel these dopamine hits from time to time until they start to become dangerously addictive. You'll slip into hours of scrolling through reels, and you would have wasted time that you will never get back, wasted energy, and you would have sacrificed a peace of mind. Social media is like a slot machine, and you are the currency. You're constantly putting yourself out there, chasing validation that rarely feels rewarding. The attention economy is built to keep you wanting more, but never feeling like it's enough. Hey guys, I'm Navya. I'm currently a student at university and I study psychology, and this is my platform to share things that I find interesting or helpful with other people. If you're new here, I hope you would consider subscribing because it would help me out so much. In this video, I'm going to dive into how social media is hijacking us and what I do to reduce the control it has over me. When you're plugged into social media, we know that the quick entertainment that lasts barely a few seconds can drastically reduce our attention span. You won't be able to actually focus for longer periods of time because you get bored. Along with that, it adds to FOMO, anxiety, and depression because of this constant need for validation and this constant access to comparison. From being online for too long, it can affect your real life relationships and life goals because of this constant distraction. So here are some tips on how I make sure that I'm still the one in control of the content that I'm consuming and it's not the one that's in control of me. Firstly, I don't think it's very beneficial to delete social media. Especially as someone from Gen Z, social media does have a lot of benefits. It obviously allows us to be connected, also allows us easy access to opportunities that we would have never been able to get our hands on back in the day. Deleting social media was not the most beneficial way for me to stop doom scrolling. Because despite the fact that social media creates FOMO, deleting it also develops FOMO in my opinion. Because when you do need to use it, you don't have it. And every time you do need to use it, you have to install it again or create an account again. And you're starting from scratch every time. And this adds to an addiction because of how long you deprived yourself from it the first time, if that makes any sense. So I think the solution is limits. 3 beliefs that I stand by with my social media usage is limit the time you spend, filter the content you're seeing, and don't put yourself in a very vulnerable state. If you guys remember, the level of addiction to social media escalated when TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels were created. Most importantly, with that page on the app where there's infinite scroll, where you will be watching a video and you will skip to the next and the next and the next until 2 hours have passed by and you've done nothing. In the same way, autoplay can also be really addicting when it comes to longer videos. So here's what I did to reduce the effect of this. Number 1, obviously turn off autoplay. Number 2, I use my watch later on YouTube very often. Every time I see a video on my feed that I want to watch, I just add it to my watch later. Because then I don't feel the urgency of needing to watch it immediately because I know it's going to disappear the next time I open the app. That way, I only watch videos when I want to watch videos. And when I do watch videos, I usually watch from my watch later playlist. It sucks that short form content doesn't have this option. I wish that the app designers would think of creating it, but then again, they're the ones benefiting every time we get addicted to short form content. Number 3 is that I have an app that allows me to block out certain features on social media apps that I don't want to be seeing. I wish I was sponsored by this app, but clearly I'm not. But either way, I'm going to share it with you guys because I found it really helpful. Stay free, you just got free marketing. It's available for both Android and iOS. My phone's Android, hence the shitty camera. But it allows you to block yourself from YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, which is what I do. Because it's just primarily short form content. Obviously, these are limits I have chosen for myself, but they're all customizable. You could block yourself from Instagram stories, any other app, and set it for whatever limit you want. It's all your choice. Number 4 is knowing that notifications are designed to create a sense of urgency. First of all, notifications just overwhelm me. If I have too many apps giving me notifications, I will just never get to them. Most of my apps don't have notifications, but for the ones that do, for example WhatsApp or Instagram, I mute chats that I feel that are too active or spam messages too much. Group chats that I don't really respond on. Muting them makes sure that I don't receive notifications for them, which means that I don't feel the urgent need to respond. It's the same with chats. If you want to be more mindful, you could even mute your chats or just turn off notifications for the app entirely. I know this sounds like I'm ignoring my friends, but I just work better like this, honestly. I'll set like a certain period in my day to check my messages. I don't know if that sounds like I have a bad relationship with my friends, but for me, if I just spend this certain time replying to my friends at least twice a day, it's better than being interrupted by notifications in the middle of a task or going about your day and then you're sucked into texting for hours. So yeah, those are the 4 things that I do to avoid getting sucked into this dopamine trap that will literally chip away at your life and your days without you ever knowing. Let's be so honest, the reason anyone's ever addicted to social media is either because they're bored or they're avoiding tasks they don't want to be doing. To tackle this problem of being bored, I just needed a hobby or a passion project or another way of spending my time that isn't passive. I stopped doomscrolling when I started picking up my guitar when I was bored more often, bringing out my phone to film a YouTube video, and I even started a radio show. Find a hobby or find habits that feel more intentional, like journaling, reading, walking, or even calling a friend. Don't allow yourself to be that person who goes straight for their phone when they're bored, unless it's like calling a friend. You know what I mean. The second reason, if you're doom scrolling because you're avoiding the things that you should be doing, I recommend you watch my other video called How to Stop Procrastinating and End Self-Doubt so you can stop avoiding the things that you have been avoiding. If you're addicted to social media and not the kind where you're learning, like I believe that you can use social media to learn and help you reach your dream life the right way. But also, if you're using social media and you don't feel like it's helping you that way, and if you come out of it feeling unproductive and have spent 2 hours, then you're probably not consuming the right form of content. And I wanted to be consuming the right form of content. Now, I watch videos that help me some way in my life ventures. More recently, I watch a lot of sit down and talk videos over vlogs. Although I do still watch vlogs, but only vlogs of people that I'm really inspired by or that I feel like their life can help me attain the life that I want through visualization or manifestation and that kind of stuff. A person's feed will tell you a lot about what kind of person they are. If you're not happy with what your feed reflects of you, then it's time to stop consuming the content that doesn't reflect you and start consuming the content that does. What I also did was I shifted from passive to active use of social media. By this, I mean instead of just allowing yourself to watch what is shown on your feed, intentionally search for things that you want to be watching. For me, this is how I took control of my feed and the content that I'm being shown. If you're embarrassed by your feed, you should probably be doing something about it. Instead of passively watching content, I search for content that teaches or inspires me, and now I even create my own content. And also use it for its main purpose, which is to call and text and connect with people, especially when it comes to apps like Instagram. Lastly, I think it's important to value real-life connection over digital validation. This is the reason why I don't post on Instagram, because social media can be so misleading. And I find it better for my own mental health that I don't post. I don't want this to sound judgmental, it's just the way that I work. I find that the moment that I post something, I inherently crave the validation, so I prefer to just not post. I also feel that posting on Instagram can create this online self that isn't my real life persona, and I don't like people thinking that they know things about me, develop a judgment or an idea of what I'm like before they actually know me or have met me. I also think that for me, posting on Instagram a lot can create this thought that when I'm not posting, people know that I'm going through something and they know that your life isn't Instagram worthy for like 3 weeks. I guess it's my way of being a private person on Instagram, not YouTube, clearly. But it allows me to protect my own peace. I also find that ever since I've had a blank slate on Instagram, I've never felt the need to have Instagram worthy solo pictures that make me look good. I'd rather take photos with other people and company that I enjoy, moments that I want to remember. And I no longer have to worry about looking perfect all the time. Because let's be honest, no one's perfect. And feeding into creating an illusion of it would make my life harder. These are the things that I do to be mindful of my social media habits and make sure that I'm in control and I'm not getting distracted by social media. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and I appreciate it if you checked out my channel and considered subscribing. It would help me out so much. And do stick around for next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.